another amazing Call of Duty Elite game in stud muffin balls deep all the way in destroying Cervix's video. We are here exposing the reptilian shapeshifter Illuminati's next level top notch cheaters, hackers, and the craziest drama we've had in Call of Duty in I don't know how long. We need to goddamn lock in with how crazy this whole drama is with the reptilian shapeshifter Activision shills, and that's what this video is about. It is fucking nuts. Hit that like button, subscribe right now, because you're going to want this video to be shared as much as possible, because this is absolutely crazy. Thanks again for being here, and yes, the Rick is a cheater and Fooly is trying to take his channel down. This is an unbelievable turn of events because I thought the Rick and Fooly were butt-buddy homosexuals, lovers, which is fine. I'm all about that inclusivity, and it is June Pride Month, so it is very fitting to have these two homos on this video and actually exposing how crazy this incestuous love triangle really is. First of all, you all know who the Rick is, a big, huge Call of Duty with 40,000 amazing subscribers, a monster channel, probably ranked 557,000 out of the millions of channels, but it is crazy that the Rick is a cheater. We all know he's a cheater. Let me ask you why. Let me pose this question before I go any further. How many times has anyone watching this video, I mean, I know some of you probably have been banned and you're not a cheater, but I'm going to ask everybody watching this video to ask yourself, how many times in your entire life of playing Call of Duty have you been banned? Have you been shadow banned? I personally have been playing Call of Duty for 15 to 20 years. Jesus Christ, since Big Red 1. So since the very beginning of Call of Duty, I've been playing multiplayer. I have thousands upon thousands upon thousands of hours playing Call of Duty, and not once in my entire life have I ever been banned or shadow banned. But the Rick has been shadow banned and banned on how many accounts? How many times has he been banned? He says he's not cheating, but he has been banned and shadow banned. Why? My conclusion is he's a cheater. He says he's not. I don't have any other proof than that. I'm just going to be honest here right now. The only thing I can say about the Rick being a cheater is that he has been banned and shadow banned numerous times. And I myself have never been shadow banned or banned. And I imagine that 99% of you watching this, if you're honest, have never been banned or shadow banned. I'm not saying that it can happen when you're not cheating, but personally, I have never known anyone in my life who's played Call of Duty to ever be banned on any multiplayer because we don't cheat. And I've even been playing with people like who are amazing gamers, like the Holiday Doc, who used to be an MLG gamer, who's old and fat now, lives in Alberta and thinks that Donald Trump's an amazing president who said he wasn't going to put us into a bunch of wars, but now we're being thrown into a bunch of wars because they all fucking lie, but y'all are being brainwashed thinking that the illusion of choice and that voting actually matters. Red pill. But anyways, let's get back to the topic of exposing Rick and the Fooly for their incestuous love-making, butt-chugging, and Call of Duty love affair of being a cheater, and then that falling out, and then Fooly getting mad and now striking, trying to take down the Rick's channel. This is absolutely crazy. Stay tuned. TMZ Call of Duty League Gaming Stud Muffin Athlete 8 Ghost of 8 coming in here, keeping it real, packing the steel. But how many times have you been banned playing Call of Duty? You have fucking never been banned. I know you haven't. I never have. He has. Why? Cheater. In my opinion. Cheating. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. He's a cheater. He says he's not. He loses a bunch of subs every time I make this video. I'm not telling you to unsub from him. If you like him, you like him. Don't do anything I'm telling you not to do. I never said unsub from the guy. I'm just telling you my stupid opinion. This is my channel. No one gives a shit about me. The dude doesn't even follow me on Twitter. I don't know what's going on. He's jealous. He's a hater because I think the Fooly finds me more attractive. Carrying on with this video. So we already have discussed the fact, and I think I've proven that there is beyond a reasonable doubt. There's definitely a reasonable doubt. There is not. I don't know if the court of law would find him guilty, but my court of law, and if we're going by opinions, I'm choosing mine to be the correct one. The Fooly, no, not the Fooly, sorry, the Rick. I'm getting confused. They're both gay, and you get confused because they're both beta males. But the Rick, support the police, fuck the police, come straight from the underground. Definitely, in my opinion, something sus is going on there. I don't know how many times you got to get shadow banned or banned before we start thinking, yeah, maybe the dude's a cheater. Now, if you've noticed recently as well, the Rick has fallen into some trouble. There have been people who have been trying to strike his channel, which is absolutely crazy, and that is not cool at all. I don't give a fuck what the reasons are. I don't care what butthurt chugging you got going on. If you strike anybody's video, let it be known that is bad karma and that is pathetic, and you are really just telling yourself that you're a loser, which is really fitting because I'm pretty sure Fooly is the one who's jealous of the Rick trying to strike his channel. Now, I have zero proof of that. I want to make that very clear right now. I don't have any proof of this anyways whatsoever, but my intuition and amazing intellect and just being the best fucking greatest YouTuber, Call of Duty Elite Gaming Stud Muffin Athlete around. So I will say that I believe or think with an opinion that the Fooly is jealous of the Rick's success and how many subs he's getting, playing Call of Duty. Meanwhile, hating on the game more than anyone in the entire history of Call of Duty. I mean, this guy's giving 8 thoughts. The number one Call of Duty game is Dumb Up an Athlete, which I'm not. I'm the ghost of 8, but he's giving 8 thoughts, who used to be the biggest Call of Duty YouTuber on this platform, being negative towards the game before it became popular to be negative towards this game. And, you know, he was always ahead of everybody else's curve, and everyone has now finally caught up, and now it's cool to hit on Call of Duty. But back in the day, that dude was public enemy number 1 and was the only guy pretty much being negative about Call of Duty and roasting all these nerds out here like Ali A and Exclusivision, Neuro Cinema, and all these fucking dorks, okay, who've never had a job in their entire life except sitting behind a computer screen playing video games and never even got a goddamn girlfriend until they paid this Asian hooker to lick their buttholes with peanut butter and their dog, because you know why? Losers. So the Fooly, without any proof, but I'm just going by my opinion and amazing intellect, is jealous of the Rick, who's, like I said, sits there and plays Call of Duty hours and hours a day, streaming it. Meanwhile, then we'll upload a video saying it's dead, it's horrible, I hate this game, which is just amazing to him. I'm not even hating. That's amazing that you can run that and get thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars a month from idiots who will sit there and subscribe to you playing the game like the biggest, sweatiest nerd in the world, while every video I make is making fun and hating on the game and people who play the game exactly like you do. You know, pretty the craziest shit ever, and making thousands and thousands of dollars streaming it. So kudos to him. That's not even a hater. That's a congratulator move. So, like, you know, dude, if people are stupid enough to do that, then I ain't got nothing to say about that, except he's a cheater, in my humble opinion, or something's funky going on there. But let's just stay on point here and get back to the problem in hand, and that is that we got the Fooly, who is jealous of the Rick because of his success and grifting way better than he ever could, because anybody called himself the Scat Master. I just want to point that out as well. The dude's name is the Scat Master. That means you're the shit master. That's like saying, yeah, that's it, Scat Master. Like, you're the master of shit. You're literally just calling yourself the master of feces. Anyways, but it makes sense. It's on brand because he's brain damaged and he hates the Rick and his success for grifting better than he ever could and making way more money. Also probably for being a little more attractive. We've never seen Fooly because he's scared of showing himself, but the Rick obviously is very attractive. Definitely. I think probably leave a comment down below, bottom or top, not sure, but definitely on that level. Going to Pump Jacks on Davie Street in Vancouver, Canada. And you guys might want to Google that. Google Pump Jacks, Davie Street, Vancouver, and that joke will be funny after the fact of this video. But let's get back on point. We've kind of gone off the rails here. We need to get back focusing on the real issue of this video, and that is this. Also, how can you trust somebody whose entire whole channel was predicated upon exposing people for 2-boxing and then goes and says he's going to 2-box? And then you try to believe he's not a cheater too? I don't trust that fucking guy at all. Not even a little bit. Like, he's the most sus dude in the community. Not in more than one way if we're talking about June Pride Month. Anyway, Juneteenth is coming up. Big ups to all the my fellow African Americans. I'm white, but I'm black from the waist down, so that's cool. And then we have his channel being struck by someone pretending to be Activision. And my guess, that person is Fooly, because he's an undercover hater and he's fighting against the feelings that he has for the Rick as a, you know, attractive top or bottom, not sure, probably a top. Swings both ways, like, you know, depending upon the guy. Fooly definitely is the bottom and Rick is the top. Shit get wild, you know, in Chicago. So I don't know, that's really all I've got to say about this video. I love you guys. I'm out here bringing the facts, in my opinions, for my opinion, and I'm keeping it real and packing the steel. Watching out for the judge who's got a grudge. And with that being said, love you. Hit that like button, subscribe, but really most important, last but not least, stay black, question authority, and don't let the honky cracker reptilian shapeshifter building movies hard things control 7-11 inside judgment building 7 that being gross other elves that who's fake elves will be held for as far as get white and small ads. Bring it down.